Hey man, thanks for getting back to me. Definitely appreciate the voicemail. I'm gonna put it on my next segment. And yeah, I you know, thanks for giving me a validation. And keep doing your thing, bro. I like your podcast also. You have a lot of hilarious content, and it's unique. You're putting it in your own way, and not a lot of people have your type of style, and that's very important. So keep growing, keep inspiring others, and do the best you can, basically. And I'm gonna do the best I can with pushing out the best content that my listeners want to hear, and I will definitely keep posting and keep getting the word out there, and let the momentum keep going. All right, man, take it easy.
You're listening to the 60-second quiz show here on Inspirado Projecto with your host, Guy Martin. Hey, I'm Guy Martin here. Welcome to the 60-second game show here on Inspirado Projecto. Let's meet our contestants, shall we? Here's Paul. Hi there. And here's Sarah. Hi. And let's meet Vince.
Hello.
All right, let's get down to it. Here's our only question for the entire show. What band does Kurt Clendenin play keyboards in? Yes, Paul.
Isn't it, Yachtly Crew?
That's correct, it's Yachtly Crew. Wow, we got a winner. Mitch, tell him what he's won. Well, Paul, you've won a gallon of Kurt Clendenin's ozonated bath water straight to you from Kurt Clendenin's bathtub. Wow, well, thank you for joining us. We'll catch you next time here on the 60-second quiz show on Inspirado Projecto.
Apparently, there's more to me than I wanted, and I'm just going to tuck that part away. So I pretty much avoided it for most time.
I think we were able to condition our brains to block that stuff out. So, similarly to that, when I was really little, it occasionally would just come at night, like in the middle of the night, I'd see this green orb out of my window, and it would be getting closer to my window. Like it was still at a major distance, and I would get out of bed and tell my mom, and she would just say, just close your eyes and it'll be gone.
Through the bold and active use of the imagination, we can stretch out our hand and touch a friend 10,000 miles away and bring health and wealth to the parched lips of his being. It is the way to everything in the world. How else could we function beyond our fleshly limitations? But imagination demands of us a fuller living of our dreams in the present. Through the portals of the present, the whole of time must pass. Imagine elsewhere as here, and then as now. Try it and see. You can always tell if you've succeeded in making the future dream a present fact by observing your inner talking. If you are inwardly saying what you would audibly say, were you physically present and physically moving about in that place, then you have succeeded. And you could prophesy from these inner conversations and from the moods which they awaken within you what your future will be. For one power alone makes a prophet, imagination, the divine vision. All that we meet is our word made visible, and what we do not now comprehend is related by affinity to the unrecognized forces of our own inner conversations and the moods which they arouse within us.
Bum 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 da 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 da. Da 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 Trying to make it sure that Bloody Bobby, we want to make sure that Bloody Bobby and Black Pumpkin fit together easily. We don't want to confuse the audience, however we want mystery to exist. We want them to follow the breadcrumbs if they want to. 'Cause if they follow the breadcrumbs, they'll find all kinds of golden nuggets at the end of this crazy Halloween rainbow. Whoa. There's Bloody Bobby, there's Black Pumpkin, which is technically Bloody Bobby too, but there are reasons behind it. Then there will be Black Pumpkin too, and Black Pumpkin 3. They'll just keep on being made throughout time. We can go anywhere we want to. Will we go into space? That's everyone's question. I'm sure it'll have something to do with it. By the way, if you show up to Yachtly Cruise shows, we have what we call Yachtly Cruisies. They are koozies that fit well around any can of your favorite Pilsner beverage, lager, ale, stout, fully croissant, Coca-Cola Classic, etc., 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 root beer. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to Inspirado Projecto podcast. We know that you have lots of different things that excite you, and you could very well be spending time listening to those instead. So thank you very much for choosing Inspirado Projecto. You guys, I'm going to leave this room. I love the fact that you guys are laughing all the time, but I have to leave the room to talk more on this thing. So, I think what I'm going to do, I got a new wedding video in the mail, which I'm going to edit, and on the way to that, I'm going to read, you know what the heck, I'm going to read a piece of Mike Schlie's book, The Infinity Diet, Guide to Weight Loss and Longevity. Here's something good. Elevated acid levels can cause your energy I don't know, dude. I'll kick this into shape. Get the background music. I sent an email, by the way, to Brian of Anchor, and I'm going to find out what the deal is. I used to be able to put sounds behind me. Now I'm starting to invent some new ones on GarageBand. I think this is one of them that I liked. I wonder if there's a way to repeat it. Is there a way to loop it? Is there a way to loop it? Oh yeah, loop it. Oh, I can loop it? Loop it. Apple loops. No. Pow. Two of it. No. Alright, never mind. Let's forget it. Okay, here we go. We're going to read from The Infinity Diet by Mike Schlie. Elevated acid levels can cause your energy levels to decrease substantially. You may experience muscle pain and an overall feeling of discomfort. By changing your diet and air, this condition can be remedied over a period of time. The damage created by poor diet and air didn't occur overnight. Therefore, the repair may also take some time, up to 6 months in some instances. Some of this damage is permanent, especially with rheumatoid arthritis. Some of the pain will subside and the inflammation will decrease, but the joint damage will still exist. In the long term, a nutritionist is much more valuable for your overall health than any doctor. To avoid contracting any of these acid-based illnesses, your diet needs to consist of foods with high water content, such as fruits and vegetables. Soybeans, which should be omitted from our diets anyway, are very acidic. Most processed foods, meats, alcohol beverages, bread, and cheeses are highly acidic. Most oils, nuts, beans, and dried fruits are neutrally balanced, which is fine for consumption. One of the most acidic food combinations to eat are cheeseburgers and French fries. Just think how many billions of these meals are eaten each year. If you happen to eat highly acidic foods, counterbalance your diet to include some very alkaline foods as well. The Mexican diet is balanced in this very manner. The diet is overloaded with meat, beans, and rice. While meat is very acidic, the rice and beans are considered neutral. To counterbalance the acidic meat, lemon or lime is added to the meat to effectively turn the meat into an alkaline food. By nature, the salsas are very alkaline. The overall grade for this diet is slightly alkaline. The Mexican people have lower cancer rates than most other cultures, and the same holds true for the Japanese. The Western diet is extremely overloaded with acidic foods, which correspond to higher rates of cancer, rheumatoid arthritis, gout, and organ failure. If small dietary changes were made to the Western diet, such as having a salad or steamed vegetables with our steak, these illnesses could be prevented. That is a little piece of the Infinity Diet, Guide to Weight Loss and Longevity by Mike Schlie. Having said that, while we're still waiting for the files for the download for the wedding video to download, while we're waiting for that, I might as well take another sip of this delicious coffee. I'm not gonna lie. I cannot lie. I will not lie. That is some damn fine coffee. So I've decided to read to you from the idea book today. I'm going to read to you the idea book. I figured we could get close and quaint. Close and quaint. Close and quaint. Close and quaint. Oh, did I say this? Bigfoot in the Park, parody of Barefoot in the Park? Something's telling me I'm going through history again of things I talked about before. Oh, here we go. Whoa, here it is. Oh boy, here's something really... Oh boy. There's a lot of Usu stuff going on here. That will be in its own episode. I will do that. Wow, interesting. Oh, interesting. Wow. Okay. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Wow. What? By the Heart's Code. The Heart's Code. Let's see. Oh, interesting. Movie with John Wayne Gacy as a character in the background. Boop, boop, boop. Performance artist. No. No. Interesting. Some of these I don't know if I said already. Wow. Oh boy. Here's a whole bunch of... Oh God. Oh, Friendly the Clown. Do we talk about that? Friendly the Clown. Make Max Neptune comic training manual. Atomic Space Patrol training manual. Phantom of the Paradise. Big break movie. There's some ideas. Scene in film with a playing with cat sequence. Shot like an action sequence. Oh, yeah. Shot like an action sequence. You see the character playing with their cat, but it's like this crazy dramatic thing. Oh, here's a name for a character. Levitatia. 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 Oh, interesting. Angela Moore, Chad Sexton, Booger, Damone, etc. appear on it. Oh, there's some idea for something those guys. Infinity is a mask. Yeah, I had this idea of having an infinity party, and you got these masks, and you draw these infinities on them, and when people meet each other, the idea is that you help each other just activate that infinity, those intentions, those ideas. And actually, the wizard had actually brought up something about that, not too long ago. I heard him say something like that. This book that I've been reading to from in these idea books that I put out there, these go back to like 2011, I believe. Get more canvases at Michael's. Making Oswald Lucky Rabbit cartoons. Oswald Lucky Rabbit. Here's another one idea. A man who relies on too many unstable people to get jobs done. It somehow works. Send use to those who are down in the dumps along with the card with the description of it. Interesting. Use. By use, I'm talking about capital U, lowercase s. Us. The Universities, a band. The Universities. Playing pranks on the paparazzi. Paparazzi app. Oh, so you can find out where the paparazzi are, so you can play pranks on them. That's cool. Did we talk about this? A superhero who can make himself die at any time. So he can actually truly die and then come back to life. Superhero who can do that. I like that. Here's a thought. We're transcending space and time. I say here's something April 19th. The meaning of life is you. Meaning of life is you. Interesting. The uncomfortably close conductor. Well, maybe on a train, the uncomfortably close conductor. See, it says here, see Powder and Apollo 18. April 25th, Wanderers. That's a movie that I was in. I appeared as Max Neptune and as a Max Neptune performer for Leighton Matthews. Dave Uchansky and I appeared in there. And, oh my gosh, come to me. What is his name? The son of Dreyfuss. Ben Dreyfuss. Richard Dreyfuss's son is in it. Tuesday, April 10th. Silent E. Oh yeah, Silent E. That's when the Silent E was this phenomenal animation film was put out there into the world. Christopher Damachi did that one. New Wave Bar. Bellflower. April 7th, Ferns. 426, Me Clown event. May 19th, Ryan Party. M. Chef Teaspoon lives in Titwhistle. So someone came up with this idea. M. Chef Teaspoon, I'm thinking Mr. Chef Teaspoon. M. Chef Teaspoon lives in Titwhistle. Titwhistle. Loch Mess Monster. Oh, that's cool. Loch Mess Monster. Loch and then hyphen Mess Monster. Long-haired monster who's always destroying things and being messy. Loch Mess Monster. Oh, here's another one. What is the meaning of life? It's what we all ask. This was an idea that I wanted to do for Rio World. They're mental patients in a halfway house monitored. They're administered these these drugs by Psycorp. And these guys, they think they're in the band Duran Duran. And so in their brains, they're thinking they are these actual characters. They act like these characters, and then they get loose. And people start thinking that they actually are them. Because they look close enough to trick people. Yeah, pair up with Duran Duran, email their contacts the video promo for our show. Oh, here's a quote. Quote, actually, she has a baby in the oven. Unquote. June 9th, Rio performs. Order American Apparel, very cheap in bulk. I don't know what that's in relation to. April 28th, 80s party. The Eyes of March, a superheroine. The Eyes of March. I think her mask has a bunch of eyes on it. Jeremy's 11th, Wednesday. I think Jeremy, he had one of his Picnic Palooza. Oh, those were so much fun. He would pay for everything. John Predney at Goodhurt, April 12th, 8:30. Usu, you, capital U, hold infinity between us, between yous. You, capital U, little s. Perry Mason. Oh, this is funny. Record some takes of us laughing. Continue to build it along. Applause for our own laugh tracks. Keep building them, adding new ones to each new video. That's funny. So I had the idea of building a laugh track way back then. That was for videos. And now we've been doing it now for Inspirado Projecto, which, by the way, this is a good opportunity. If you'd like to involve yourself with being a part of the laughter that accompanies, ensues, and collaborates on this show, please send it to inspiradoprojecto@gmail.com. Please send it there. All of your fake laughter, the fakest laughter, we'll make sure that you're used very well. And see that? Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. So yeah, send your laughter, the fakest laughter. You could do 3 or 4 different kinds, you know. Just whatever you like, and you'll end up in the laugh track. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. Something here just says Perry Mason. Cloud Castle. I like that. A castle that's floating on a cloud. Cloud Castle. I'm sure someone's done something like that at this point. Illusionate. Illusionate. Ooh, don't mind me. I'm going to illusionate you. I'm going to illusionate you. When directing a movie, have a sincere talk with the, quote, extras about their roles. Oh, about their hopes and dreams, and possibly working with them in the future. Oh, that's nice. Another thing here says Excelsior Giant. Excelsior Giant. Oh, I love that. Excelsior! Excelsior. Let's see. How would Sheldon Patinkin feel about producing a film? Well, Sheldon Patinkin is gone now. He's gone now. However, I would have loved to have had him direct a film. That would have been phenomenal. Something here, a title for something. Wisdom Falls. Wisdom Falls. Santa Fe Springs tribute bands. Oh, here's another thing. Your life is customized. Oh, this was an idea for a movie. Snore, or we could call it Snooze. The man who hits snooze all day, sleeping, and has a bunch of different dreams. Each piece ends with him waking up and hitting snooze again. So I originally thought it would be something where he's in a hammock, and he's sitting there, keeps hitting the snooze button. But it's one of those buttons that you gotta, maybe he has to swing himself over to manually do it. Maybe it's on a little table, and it's right in arm's reach, and it's one of those crazy alarms, and so he has to go hit the little snooze button. So in between each dream, basically, we could have a different director. It could be it's kind of like The Illustrated Man, like Ray Bradbury did it with The Illustrated Man. But it's just a man who's just snoozing. He's just sleeping. That is something that could be really fun and really easy. A lot of really cool, really fun. And, we get this idea, too, is that maybe sometimes we cut to him sleeping there on the hammock, and we realize that the sound of the lawnmowers in the background, the sound of the birds, the sounds of the kids playing are translated as these different sounds within the dream that he's doing. So maybe it's, you hear this, it's the lawnmower, but within it, it's like, what the heck? The sound of a dragon. So he's back in medieval times battling this dragon, and the kids laughing. Maybe it's the sounds of people screaming because they're being burnt by the dragon shooting this fire. Maybe a robot dragon, and he's got to battle this thing, and then the sound of the landscapists next door. They start using chainsaws and stuff, and then that's him using chainsaws in his dream. So it could be something really crazy. And then maybe one time these kids are playing basketball nearby, and then the basketball goes bonks him in the head. Right when he's getting, from awaking for a different dream where he's it's a cannonball or something. So something is here called Wisdom Falls. Watch Phantom of the Paradise. Oh, this was something I wanted to test out with the students that I was substitute teaching. Draw God. How do you think God looks? How do you think God looks? Just go ahead and draw it. Not based on anything that you have heard. Draw how God looks. Draw his, if we were to do one of those G.I. Joe kind of a biography, so to speak, what would be the ideal God? What would just be the most awesome kind of God that you can imagine? Just draw that. Here's an idea for a movie. Maybe this is like a Western. Westminster and Westchester. Here's something. Oh, interesting. Ask the audience to send us backgrounds from their barbecues, dinners, travels, static shots, etc. to be used in commercials and promoted commercial within commercial. Yeah, that's... Inspirado Projecto is also a YouTube channel, so you guys could send me any video that you got. Oh, yeah. I got editing skills. I can edit together some fun Inspirado Projecto. If you guys want to send me any video backgrounds of anything you got, that could be an extra thing that I didn't even think about. Wow, how cool would that be? I could start using things that are in the podcast things that you send to me, I could use them for Inspirado Projecto video stuff. That's something for me to think about. Please, you guys, remind me of that. Light face. I wrote down something called light face. I thought that'd be an awesome idea for a superhero or just a person. And you know what's interesting is that the new Twin Peaks Season 3, we saw that happen with Laura Palmer at some point. She pulls the face off her face, and it's a light face, which is really, really quite interesting. Now that I think about it, I didn't even realize it till now. I just realized it again. Oh, finish Renee painting. Yeah, I talked about Renee before. A friend of mine from long ago, elementary school, I sent her a painting she knitted together for me, the Doctor Who scarf. Tom Baker. God, that was so cool. Paint some Duran Duran art. Well, I might paint some Yachtly Crew stuff now. It says here, more makeup for 26th. Yeah, if there must have been some show on the 26th of something. And I played Nick Rhodes. They call me Click Rhodes because of Kurt Click Rhodes. And plus, I would sometimes bring my tap shoes that Dory got me. Click Rhodes. And plus, I was always taking photos on stage, so I was clicking photos. The Hanged Man, parenthesis, where is it? I think that's all I'll leave at for tonight. The Hanged Man, where is it? Oh boy, see, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna double fold a piece of paper, and that will be a clear reminder. Double fold, quadruple fold a piece of paper to remind me that's the one. Okay, so the Hanged Man. This is something that's very, very interesting, and I can't remember. I think my brother had lived with me out here in California at that time. I'm not fully certain, but I also do believe that Andy Smith lived with me at that time. And there was something, this was in the, I would still call it the beginning stages of the interwebs. Many folks had already been on to the interwebs at that time. But there was something. Andy had internet. He had a computer, he had internet. And so we would watch just really strange stuff on his computer, and we came across through our searches, it was this site. Okay, so I got the idea. So basically, it was a site of various live videos that were going on at that time. There are different live videos that were going on, and this is the little I knew of it. I mean, the only way I could describe is that it showed like maybe a little thumbnail or something of one of these shows, and it would archive it. So you could watch it live, but then it would also archive it. So there was this idea that there was this person called the Hanged Man, and this was really interesting because it kept getting archived, and I can't seem to find anything about this. If any of you remember seeing this, and I got to talk to my brother about this now, I got to get him to download Anchor so we can really record these podcasts. I'm making a peanut butter jelly sandwich right now, by the way, folks. You're more than welcome to make one with me. I think that'd be great. I just used the grape jam. Jam it up. Jam it up, fuzzball. And, of course, some PB. As the kids say, I like to say peanut butter. Better yet, I like to name it Peanut Buddy. Peanut Buddy, because it is my buddy. Peanut Buddy. So Hanged Man, what happened was, we kept coming across, we would sit there and watch it as live as much as we could, and the thing was, the Hanged Man was, I guess there's this tarot card in the tarot deck. There's this card in the tarot deck called the Hanged Man, and I need to do some research on this. I'll get back to you. I'll do my research. I'm making some coffee right now, by the way. So the Hanged Man is this tarot card, and what we got privy to, what we realized was that the Hanged Man would leave first these cryptic clues on his it was like his blog or something. You got this idea that it was this serial killer who was flaunting his victims, his kills. And so about a week before, well, Okay, so you'd get basically like a week, and there'd be a certain tarot card. You know, let's say the Wolf of Cups or something. I don't even know if that's one of them. Let's just say Wolf of Cups, and it represents this. Well, for some reason, okay, so the Hanged Man already plots out. So he gives you the idea of what the tarot card is, and then a week after that, up comes, for like, you know, within that 24-hour period, it's a camera of these people's house, you know, in someone's house, in a room of something going on. They're just doing something, normal stuff, you know, making pasta or whatever. And at some point during the night, the Hangman comes and kills them. Like you saw the time where he slit their throats, or he just jabs them in the stomach and they die, and then the Hangman walks towards the camera and looks up at the camera at you, like, look what I just did. Now, we never saw it happen live. We always saw the aftermath footage, you know, that little piece. He'd always put that little piece. And then what happened was the Hangman would leave a card, a card from that tarot deck that was that actual card that he had just alluded to. So you're like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Here's the serial killer showing us what they're going to do before they do it. And then what happened was, after a while, I noticed there's another live thing going on, and it was called the San Valley Police Department or something like that. And you'd see these guys like bust in on this footage trying to catch the Hanged Man, but they're always too late, and then they'd find the card, and then you got to see how they were trying to catch the Hanged Man. Now, I don't know if they ever caught him, but something happened. I don't know what happened to that website. It just disappeared. It's been this big question mark in my brain ever since, and I can't seem to solve it. Well, it is funny. It is funny. And it's also intriguing, you know? Also very intriguing. Because, let's see, for instance, this is what I'll do. I'll do a quick research here. And by research, I mean Google search. So here we go. The Hanged Man serial killer live camera. So we'll see if anything comes through. If anyone can live leak. Oh, no. No. These are not the kinds of... Oh, no. Oh, God, no. No. These are not the searches I want to see. I put live fake video, something like that. Let's see. Hanged Man serial killer live faked video. No. The Hanged Man tarot serial killer. I'll put the Hanged Man tarot killer live fake video. See, these guys are reading... All right, I'll read what the Hanged Man means. I'm going to a site right now. This is the only thing that's popping up. That actual video is not popping up, or any mention of it. I gotta talk to my brother. I gotta talk to Andy Smith. Josh. Let's see. Come on. Dave doesn't want to. All right, we're going to search for Hanged Man. Tarot meaning. The Hanged Man is the card that suggests ultimate surrender, sacrifice, or being suspended in time. Interesting. See if you can find these interesting videos. The Hanged Man. All I could say is it was based on tarot. Some kind of performance art thing. I couldn't believe, like, how is this guy getting away with this? And then once I searched for Sand Valley, oh, that's what it was called, San Angeles. I crossed between San Francisco and Los Angeles. That was smart. San Angeles, I remember. So, check it out. See if you can find it. Thank you so much, Crypto Kid. Thank you, Forgotten Tales. Thank you, Neville Goddard, for contributing to today's episode. Thank you so much. This is hugely important, and one of my most favorite things about Anchor, being able to collaborate with fellow podcasters, people who are Imagineers of sorts. Keep the Inspirado flowing, keep that in mind.